Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're here sitting with the girls from St. Mary and St. Anthony's Church in Queens, New York. Today our topic is guys. I want to begin by asking you guys what you think about having a boyfriend at this age.
I don't think it's right because, you're not really going to know the right person to get married to at this age because we're too young.
Okay. Marlene?
I think it's not right to have a boyfriend at this age because, imagine if you had a boyfriend. Whenever you guys grow, that guy changes and you might not like it and you might do. But it's bad to have a boyfriend.
Okay. Barbara?
I think it's a waste to have a boyfriend because, either way you're going to break up. You might graduate or you might move or something, but no matter what, you're going to end up breaking up, so it's pointless.
How about if you stay together forever and then get married? You guys have never heard that excuse
Highly
before?
unlikely.
Huh?
Highly unlikely.
Why?
Because we're 13. Be together for about 10 years. That's really, really unlikely. And it's not just on your half, it's also the guy's half. Guys don't just want to go around and go out with one girl. They want to go out with lots of girls. I don't know, experience life or something, but highly unlikely.
Okay.
Do you think also that you might change, your opinion of him or your feeling towards him? It's not just the guys, right?
Yeah, because you get together when you're 13 and people are bound to change in, 10 years. They can't stay the same for the rest of their lives. And even if they do stay the same, maybe that's also a bad thing. Maybe they're immature and maybe they're, you don't like them anymore.
You're both growing, right? And changing and maturing.
Mm-hmm. Maria, what do you think?
I think right now, relationship, not really, because you both are going to change. Each day you change, but imagine, in 10 years, you're all going to change. But, having them as a friend, I think is okay. But, a relationship right now, no. You guys are going to break up.
Yeah, and you're probably going to break up because, you're going to meet new people. You're going to meet new people, and then you're going to have different opinions, and you're going to want to go out with them. So you're going to change, and they're going to change.
Marlene?
Even though you have a boyfriend right now and you keep on growing until you get married, you're going to get sick of him by the time you're going to get married anyways. And you won't want to stay with him.
I think for this age, just be focused on what's your grades going to be, what's your school, what's college you want to go to, how it's going to be your future. You're for this age, you're not supposed to have a boyfriend because you should be focused on what's going to happen in the future. You have to leave it later until high school or college or until you get married. Yeah.
Okay.
I also have to say, when kids in my grade go out and they have boyfriends, it's kind of completely crazy because they don't even really care. I mean, they break up a week later and say, "Why'd you break up?" It's I wasn't feeling it. Were you feeling it a week ago? What changed? And why aren't you upset? The answer is always, it just, it's right? And well, I also have to say, maybe sometimes, in some cases, it's not really bad to have a boyfriend when you're 13. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I'm saying maybe sometimes it's about experiencing things. So I'm saying so how to sort of, when you're 15, you sort of know how to act. You learn from things, but sometimes you have to learn from mistakes. And sometimes.
Okay, do you feel that you could talk to your guy friends about anything? And what do you think is appropriate to be talking to them about?
I don't see the big deal of having a boy as a friend. There's nothing to talk about. Girls, you could talk to them about, what should I dress up today? Boys don't, you don't have to, you don't talk to them about these stuff.
What do you talk to them about?
Maybe if they're friends at school, maybe you could talk to them about if you're absent one day, you could ask them about the homework.
What do you think is not appropriate to talk to guys about at this age? Because I know you all have guys as friends, right? Do we all have guys as friends, whether in church or in school? Okay. Are there limitations about what you should be talking to them about? Or can we speak to them about anything? What do you guys talk to them about?
Is there a boundary compared to your girlfriends?
I think there's definitely a big boundary. Like, you can't talk to guys about everything. Like, if there's like a girl problem or like personal things, you can't tell a guy that because they're not supposed to know that stuff. It's something you tell a girl or like your parents or like a friend or something, but not a boy.
Like what?
Like, let's say you're having like, I don't know,
Like what female issues could you be going through that you just shouldn't talk to guys about?
like female hormones or something.
Okay.
Like, you shouldn't be talking to guys about your hormones. That's not something they need to worry about.
Okay.
Like, you also shouldn't be talking to a guy about, like, if you, like, if you're starting to like this boy and you want to stop, then you also shouldn't be talking to a guy about that.
So your personal feelings. Do you think that because not that there's anything wrong with the friendship aspect of it, but because feelings can develop, that's why sometimes we're advised not to have close relationship with guys at this age? What do you guys think about that? You think, no, I'm never going to end up liking my guy friends, or maybe it's something that you should watch out for? I'm just asking your opinions. Marlene?
I think it's something you should watch out for. Cause you can have boys as friends, but don't be like close to them.
What do you think is appropriate to talk to guys about?
I think we should like talk about our problems like with other guys, but we shouldn't talk about like our friends with them or like the problems we face.
Okay.
And like we shouldn't be talking about love or anything, because then he might have a crush on you, or like you might have a crush on him, and then it might end up like getting in a relationship with them, and then you'll face a lot of problems and that won't be good.
What do you think a girlfriend can offer you that a guy friend can't? Like, what's the difference? Why is it that we should have girlfriends and surround ourselves with a close group of girls, like good girls, as opposed to what guys can offer you? Laura?
Girls probably know what you're going through. Like, guys don't really know what you're going through because they don't take it that way. They take it easier than like what you really think. And the girls, they can give you like tips, like what not to do, and like you could just go around with your Sunday school friends and go like, well, there's this guy and everything, and you'll tell them the story, but they'll tell you, no, you shouldn't do that and everything. But they'll be like, yeah, you should do that. You'll go for it and everything.
That they're not as emotional as we are, and so they might not understand your feelings fully. Yeah. Maria?
Guys, they probably won't understand what we're feeling, but our friends, they probably either they went through it or they'll know what to do because they know someone that has. But with guys, they might lead you toward the wrong way. But your friends, most likely, if they're good and you know them well, they'll tell you to go the right way and tell you not to do the bad thing.
I agreed with her because like maybe some girls would help you fix the problem they have, but like the boys, they don't know, like they have no way they could help. Like they could tell you something that you're like, should I do that or shouldn't I? I'm not sure about it. But you know, girls like you, they know like, you know, what are you going through? So they'll tell you like the right choice to do. Sometimes not. But you'll think about it.
Okay. But that goes back also to the original question of, you know, what's the point of having a guy as a friend? Can you really be close friend with a guy compared to your girls' friends?
Well, not maybe as close as your girlfriends, but everybody here is saying you should block off any relationship with a guy because they will give you bad problems. That isn't necessarily true. I mean, I'm friends with a guy. His name is Patrick, and we've been friends since pre-K. There is no relationship besides friendly relationship. And you guys might say that might not happen when you grow up, but I'm telling you, he's like my brother. Patrick, no way. He likes me or I like him. And he's my friend. Maybe I don't talk to him about everything, but we're still friends, and sometimes it is good to have a guy friend around. So everybody here is saying guys are bad. They'll give you bad answers to questions. I mean, guys can tell you they understand other guys. So if you have a problem with a guy, you can ask him, like, what is he expecting? Because guys understand other guys. They understand what guys want from girls. And sometimes if you're just friends, guys who are friends can look after you. Like, really? They're not evil, scum that came out of the ocean.
I don't think what the girls are saying is that they're evil scum.
I know, but
I think that they're saying be cautious sometimes.
I know, but everybody's saying that guys will give you the wrong answers because they don't understand you. But that's not necessarily always true.
But there's a difference between guys you've known for so long and have become your brothers, and that you can trust their answers to questions. You can trust their advice. You can trust that they're watching out for you, as opposed to guys that you probably, just met in school, or people that might like you and that are giving you the answers that they want you to have to lead you in a direction. So I think that there's a difference, and we should be very careful with it. And because it might lead into a relationship. Not saying you and Patrick, because you were very upset about that. But I want you guys to just be very careful in the relationships that you have. Basically, do you think that if you have a relationship with a guy now and it leads to a relationship, like as in boyfriend, girlfriend, do you think there's a possibility of it being pure at this age? Or do you think that it will always lead to physical things?
I think it will always lead to physical things because right now you're like teenagers, so you guys are having like raging hormones, so like you're not gonna be able to like stay pure, so you might as well just stay away from it.
Okay. Do you think that's always the case? Maria?
That's never always the case.
In a relationship we're talking
No,
about.
but I know in a relationship, but it takes two to tango, okay? Like, if a guy wants to do something and you know that, it's wrong, if you really don't want to do it, then you won't do it. And if you've always wanted to do something like this, no matter, how good you are, nothing's going to stop you from doing it, no matter if you're in a relationship or not. Because if you do want to do physical stuff, and, I don't really know what I'm saying, but...
You think everyone's that strong?
No, not everybody's that strong. But, if you don't want to do it, you can find a way to stop yourself from doing it. It's not always going to lead to physical relationship, especially at this age, because it's kind of an awkward age. So
are you for it or against the relationship?
no, I'm just saying if you do have a relationship, I'm not for it, but I'm sort of not. I'm against saying that it's always going to be physical, because that's not always the case. That doesn't always happen.
Okay, but remember, when you're in a relationship, there are emotions attached to that relationship, and there's emotions attached to that person. And so even if you are strong and you know right from wrong, there's a big possibility that you might give yourself an excuse or excuse it because you're in this relationship. And that's why having a relationship at this age is not advisable, and it's not the good thing, because it's not going to end up in marriage, which is what the church teaches us. And it teaches us that we need to stay as pure as possible, and not even as possible, stay pure and be the temple of God until we get to a point where we are with our husbands, okay? And we'd like to thank you again for joining us today. Until our next session.